we're going to take garlic cloves, and this is nice now because I always said, after I opened, I've had the shop about 2 years, and as soon as I opened, I got so many people telling me, you know, I buy garlic, and by the time I go to use it, it's all shriveled and green and sprouting and bitter, and it's sticky. And I said, man, they should sell garlic cloves like I get them, peeled like that, and they do now. They're in the Jewel has them, Dominic's has them. There's a little plastic jug. It's got about this many, about 15 cloves in there. They're peeled. They're beautiful. Take those garlic cloves and simmer them in vegetable oil until they do that. Okay, that's roasted garlic. When you roast garlic in the oven in the tin foil and you take it out and you rub it and all the paper goes all over your bread and you took a whole clove of garlic just to get one piece of garlic bread, you can take one clove here, smear it on your French bread, okay, that you buy from my shop, okay? Smear it on the French bread, put a little Parmesan cheese, and that's the real garlic bread. That's awesome, okay? So get your roast, that's called roasted garlic. You simmer it in olive oil. You keep it in the oil and you keep it in the fridge covered. It'll stay for a month, as long as it's cold, okay? Simmer it until it just gets soft. Simmer it and cook it real slow. If you cook it too fast, it'll burn. So just simmer it on low for about 10 minutes. Okay? And you take one out with a fork and pierce it, and it'll be nice and unbelievable. Okay? A lot of people, garlic has this thing, you know, oh, I'm going to marinate my garlic in oil and leave it on the windowsill, and I'm going to put rosemary in there, and I'm going to pour that on my bread. Look at that thing under a light. It's full of mold, okay? If you put anything raw in oil, and leave it in there, and there's water in it. Garlic has water. Herbs are probably 80% water. Basil is like 99% water. And you stick it in there, it's going to mold up on you in the oil. Okay, so if you do anything like that with your olive oil, that was real hypocrite.
How does that compare to the jars that you can buy of the crushed garlic? I realize it's
no good. I have a kind of a saying, I call it poison. So don't buy that. It's like, you know, I'm not a believer in anything prepared. Margarine doesn't happen in my house. You know, it's that hydrogenated oil. I don't buy anything prepared. I read every darn label I can get now. I can't find a granola bar or a chip that's not loaded with hydrogenated oil. So that crushed garlic that you buy, I think for the time that you're saving in buying it, it's really not at all a good product. It might be blowing you guys' mind. It's my opinion, but it's not at all a good product. I think you should buy the Christopher Ranch, spend $3.50 or whatever. It's probably cheaper, and buy a fresh clove of garlic. And like I say, it's like using a lemon. When I use a lemon, and people go, you know what? I'm like, you know what? When you're shopping, buy a darn lemon. It's 30 cents if you use 2 slices and throw it away. So what? It's fresh lemon. You spend 30 cents. We probably throw away a lot more bread when it gets moldy than the lemon. So buy a thing of peeled garlic and skip out on that processed stuff. Seriously, okay?